later.
Right, hello everybody, welcome back to the action here. Right, we've come down to the 10th here at Moortown for the English Amateur Championship. As you can see, the rain just isn't letting up at all, but we've had a cracking time so far, haven't we? There's a lot of action going on right here. We've got the 9th green just there. We've actually parked ourselves and our good friends with the halfway hut here. Guys, give us a wave. There we go. Enjoying the weather? Very nice indeed. It's very wet indeed as well. So we're going to do a little bit of hole-in-one hunting. We're going to see if we can catch our first ever live hole-in-one. It's going to be difficult, isn't it, in these conditions, but doable. There was a hole-in-one as well on Tuesday. I believe it was Nicola Slater. She got a hole-in-one, so we have had one during this tournament. So exciting stuff. Now, whilst we just wait for the next group to come through, I believe it is George Mason, it is, and Jack Maxey. They're about to come through to 10. They're just finishing up on 9. Let's just pop the live leaderboard up onto the screen so you can see how things are panning out. It's match play 2. It's day 4 of the English Amateur Championship, and there is a lot going on the course at the minute. And the girls have now teed off as well. Final girl group go out in just over half an hour. We're going to catch up with the girls after this broadcast just to see how they're getting on. Follow a few groups around as well, and of course don't forget we've got the quarterfinals and semi-finals tomorrow and the final on Sunday as well. So that is the group that we're just going to keep up to speed with here. So George Mason and Jack Maxey, they are tied through 7, so they're obviously on 9 now, so we'll find out, see how they're getting on. Just waiting for the leaderboard to update, but last time we looked they were tied on the 8th. What are they now as they finish up on 9, or they're about to be? So this is George Mason against Jack Maxey. George Mason plays out of Waith. Jack Maxey out of Hornsey. George actually beat George Bolton yesterday 2-up, and Jack beat George Heath 3-2. What can they do today? In fact, we've got more action with the boys a little bit later as well. So this will be the round of 32 for the boys. It's the round of 16 for the girls today. And of course we will have the round of 16 for the boys a little bit later before we then move into the quarterfinals and semi-finals tomorrow. And the final on Sunday played over 36 holes. So that's George Mason there. He's got the bucket hat up there. So we're going to get a first look at the 10th very shortly, see if we can catch our first ever live hole-in-one in over 2 years of live golf broadcasting. We've never ever caught a hole-in-one live ever. Will it change today here at Moortown? It is an absolutely glorious golf course. It really is just a shame that the weather is so heavy, this rain. I don't know how well you can see it on the screen, but it's streaming across from us left to right. It really is billowing now. The conditions are actually quite treacherous. We have had a weather warning for Leeds as well, so we'll have to see how things go. It's been a challenge. I caught up with James Crampton a little bit earlier, tournament director, and it's been a challenge, to say, managing the weather conditions. You wouldn't think it's the height of summer in England, would you? So there they go, George Mason, Jack Maxey. We've seen a bit of love on social media for Jack. If you do have a friend or family member playing today, please do comment below. We can see the comments, we will read them out as well, so do drop them your messages of support for the players today and the families as well. Look at them all braving it with this weather. What's the score, George? What's the score, mate? All square still, yeah. So it is all square there. Just heard it from George Mason there. It's all square. Come on, proud dad over here. Nice hat. We've sensibly parked ourselves down here.
It's all square, isn't it?
Yeah, all square.
You think that's too?
Oh, really?
He's not playing on at all, really. He's scrambling.
Is he? Still time, mate. You just grow into it.
Guys, he's right now. Turned on nice. Come to life.
Well, good on you all for sticking in this with this weather.
Good, aren't you?
Right, my sheet is getting rather wet here. Do keep us company by commenting below. We do want to hear from you, we really do. Tell us where you're watching this broadcast from. Are you in a nice dry at home? It's a par 3 here, the 10th, 173 yards for the men, 144 for the ladies. We'll catch up with the ladies a little bit later. This group, George Mason, Jack Maxey, all square as they come on to the 10th tee here. You can tell it's George. He's got that sort of bucket hat there. Look, so it's George. Is George going to go first? The green is clear. So here is George Mason. George Mason plays a lot of his golf, a lot of his amateur golf on the 2020 Pro Tour. In fact, he's in the Order of Merit as well. And what a shot that is as well, by the way, by George Mason. He's got a great opportunity there. What can Jack Maxey do? That's it, stop, hold, it's just running down. You see quite a lot of gradient on the 10th green. So the players are just going to make their way down. Whilst they do that, let's just pop that leaderboard up onto the screen, and if we could just scroll through it as well, so we can see how, best of luck, see how things are going on. Sam Easterbrook's finished. He's the first man through, 2-1. He's beaten Harry Uzzle. Frank Kennedy is 1 up through 16. Joe Harvey has won as well, 5-4. So it's starting to come in. The leaderboard is starting to light up for the men. Remember, we've got the round of 16 matches coming up for you later today. We're all going to be live throughout the day, bringing you all the coverage as it happens live right in the heart of the course. We've got the group behind as well now, just coming onto 9, onto the 9th green. We saw them a little bit earlier actually, didn't we? That is it's Alfie Frisky and Tom Stagg. So Alfie Frisky and Tom Stagg. We do get your messages of support in for the players here today. It's treacherous conditions. Tom Stagg was 1 up through 6. We'll have to see what he's doing now. I wonder if I can grab one of them, just find out what the score is. We'll turn our attention back to 10 shortly, but let's just stick with 9. Plenty of action going out on the course. There really is, isn't there? Alfie Frisky beat Carter Rowe 2-1 yesterday. Tom Stagg qualified by beating Jack Whaley 5-3. It is bucking it down. we do like to moan about the weather in Britain, don't we? But it's a challenge for all the players. They've all got to go through it. You've got to face the toughest of conditions. And of course that's the benefit of match play, isn't it? It doesn't really matter when you go out. There's no advantage to going out earlier or later. You just got to beat your opponent. You just got to beat the player in front of you. That's all you've got to do. If you do, you get through to the next round. Right, let's just come back to 10. Let's go back to 10 and just see how George Mason and Jack Maxey are getting on up here. So it is going to be Jack Maxey, obviously, to go first. This is his second shot at the par 3 10th. They're all square, George Mason and Jack Maxey. Oh, and it's run through, hasn't it? So George Mason has a very good opportunity to go 1 up here and take this hole. His tee shot was sublime, wasn't it? And I think it might be Maxey actually to go again. This is his 3rd. Was that in?
Wasn't in.
So there we go. It looks like, if we believe correctly, George Mason will move 1 up. Right, here comes the next group as well. This is Alfie, Frisky, Tom, Stagg. Alfie in the blue, Tom in the white cap behind. I'm just going to quickly see if I can just find from Alfie the score. Alfie, what's the score, mate?
I think Alfie's 1 up.
Yeah. So a bit of action with the girls. Well, my heel Smith is 1 up through 1. She's playing against Harriet Lynch. Harriet Lynch, she defeated Lottie Wade yesterday, 1 up. Mia defeated Kaylee McGinty. So the green is clear, so it looks like we are going to have Alfie, Frisky and Tom Stagg about to go out. Here we go. So par 3, 173 yards in the absolute dripping conditions here. It really is quite wet. It's just not let up. Oh, ever since we went live in the very first broadcast, all it has done is rain today. We would just like a little bit of a break. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So here we go, a bit of hole-in-one hunting. Can we get a first ever live hole-in-one? Of course, there was one on Tuesday in the English Amateur Championship. It was shot by Nicholas Slater. And certainly yesterday was a day for upsets, wasn't it? Belle Wardle, she tees off at 11:30. She defeated defending champion Emily Price yesterday, 2 up. So the ball's up in the air. Let's have a little look. Could this be the moment? It's well off to the right, isn't it? It's landed on the top shelf of the green. That's going to be a very tricky putt from there. And it's a cry of no, please, I think.
It's in the bunker.
And is it in the sand, is it? Well spotted on the camera there. Play well. Cheers, guys. It's a nice atmosphere today. Despite the weather, it does have. Sometimes you can have the weather, can't you? And it sort of dampens everything. It sort of brings everything down a little bit. It doesn't seem to have done that despite the treacherous conditions. There's a lot of smiles, a lot of people walking with the groups as well. It does have that major feel. And I know certainly on Sunday for the final for the men's and ladies, it's going to be quite incredible, isn't it? We'll be here live for that. We will bring you the champion on Sunday. We'll bring the very, very first interview on the course with the men's and ladies English Amateur Champion this Sunday. That will be live. We're back tomorrow as well, don't forget, for the quarterfinals and semi-finals. And of course on Sunday, the final is played over 36 holes. It's going to be an absolute cracker. So much live golf to bring you here of the English Amateur Championship over the next 3 days. If you do want to find out more about England golf as well, there is a link in the body of this broadcast. Just click it. It'll take you straight through to the England Golf website, and you can also access the leaderboard that way as well, so you can get the full live leaderboard up that way too. Once we've cut off from this broadcast, we are going to put the live leaderboard out for a little bit for you. Then we're going to get back out onto the course and catch up with some of the girl groups and see how they're getting on out on the course. Whilst the players are just walking up, let's just pop that leaderboard up on the screen and just scroll through it for you so you can see how things are getting on. It's a very, very wet Moortown here. Just north of Leeds. We're just off the Harrogate Road. Now, if you've ever played Moortown, again, do comment below. Tell us how you got on. What score did you shoot around here? It's a glorious golf course, it really is. So Joe Harvey's finished, he's 5 and 4, he's beaten Ben Quinney. Sam Easterbrook has won as well, 2 and 1, he's finished. Frank Kennedy's 1 up through 16 on Tom Addy. Let's just have a look. Jack Bigham, he's 1 up through 13 against Jake Benson. Ross McIntosh is 3 up through 14. So Ross McIntosh very shortly is looking like he's going to get the job done against Reece Nevin. Sam Bairstow 2 up as well and going strongly too. Right, so let's come back. Let's say if that leaderboard's still up, let's bring it down because we've got more on-course action to bring you as well. So good stuff. We are looking at the 10th green right now. So it's Alfie Frisky and Tom Stagg on the 10th green. We did actually see him a little bit earlier as well, didn't we, in the very first broadcast. So this is the second shot. So this is actually to win the hole. It's quite lengthy, isn't it? But this will be to win the hole. Ooh. Not quite. And I just wonder what they'll do. I think that they should. Yeah, they are going to play out, and rightly so as well. Conditions here, it's cold as well. It's not just, well, I guess it's the rain is making it cold, but it's actually cold. I certainly didn't quite prepare for the conditions to be quite like they are today. How do you?
Yeah, tell us about
Yeah.
this. Yeah, we're watching this. This is great now.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll be on it later or not?
You've already been on it. We were live earlier when we got you
Yeah,
to
I know.
wave.
Yeah.
Do you want to be on it again?
Let me see.
No, I don't. He does. He's young.
Oh, I've rewinded it. Yeah. How long ago do you think it was? About 10, about 15?
It was only a few minutes into the stream, mate.
Yeah. Oh,
Are you editing?
I've
For,
got it. I've got it.
Famous. Oh no. Oh. Well, that's why they decided to play out. I was just catching up with the gentlemen in the halfway out. They're actually watching the live stream right now on the England Golf YouTube channel. We are, of course, broadcasting on YouTube as well. If you are watching on YouTube, hello. We're also on Facebook at Content Live Golf and England Golf too. We've got Hugo Kedzilli here, Ollie Broomfield. We're also broadcasting on Twitter as well, at Ian Waterhouse1 if you want to watch on Twitter. We're also on Twitch at Live Sport now. If we've got any Twitchers, yes, that's right, we are down with the kids. There you go. The fact that I said that suggests that I'm not, but there you go. And we're also on LinkedIn as well, Ian Waterhouse. That's my LinkedIn channel. Do connect with me. I would love to hear from you. And there we go. So that is Alfie Frisky and Tom Stagg. We've now joined by Hugo Kedzilli and Ollie Broomfield. They are just about to come up. Look, just find out how they're getting on. How are we getting on, guys? What's the score?
Ollie's 2 up. We're 2 down.
There we go. Ollie is 2 up in this group. This is Hugo Kedzilli and Ollie Broomfield, and Ollie is 2 up in this group. So yesterday, Hugo Kedzilli, he beat Zachary Chigwaden 2 and 1. Ollie defeated Jamie Van Wyck 3 and 2. Hugo played out Spalding Ollie's from Burnham and Barrow. In fact, we saw these two a little bit earlier too. I'm going to stick around here for a bit longer. We really want to see if we can catch a first ever live hole-in-one. What do you think? Everybody watching this at home or at work, wherever you are, do you think we're going to get a hole-in-one, another one during this tournament? There has been one. Nicola Slater got a hole-in-one on Tuesday. I think she might have done that actually at Headingley, because it's been a dual tournament, hasn't it? We're here at Moortown right now. We have been playing up at Headingley as well. So there is Ollie. He's 2 up. God, this rain is absolutely thumping down, it really is. So we're just getting our yardages in. It is 173 yards, the par 3, the 10th pin is cut. It's just to the left of centre. I've got somewhere warm, I could just hang that, have you, just for a bit?
Yeah, why do you want me to put it?
Just somewhere warm, that's all right.
Put it on the grip.
Put it on top of it, just, yeah.
It's not, I mean, I can turn it on.
Is it not?
It's not on.
Oh, right.
I could turn it on and then to do that.
No, I better not actually. Set fire to the thing. Be alright. So it's only to wipe the buggy seat. There we go. That was Ollie Broomfield. It's Kedzilli now on the tee. He is 2 down. Ollie's 2 up. So this is Hugo. Oh, good shot, look at that. So maybe let's stick and watch this group, because perhaps this is an opportunity for Hugo Kedzilli to get a hole back. Now whilst the players just make their way to the 10th green here, we, in the previous broadcast, were at the first hole for a bit. We did catch up with a couple of players actually. We spoke to Jack Dyer, didn't we, and George Mason, and here's what they had to say on the first tee. Here a second, you're going out a little bit today, aren't it? It's good to see you. I was just chatting to the family up there as well. Of course, you're going out in what, 20 minutes or so, aren't you? How are you feeling?
So. Sound?
Yeah, I know you. Cool, calm, collected. We obviously see you a lot on 2020 Pro Tour.
See what happens.
How's the week been in total so far? Obviously, you came through the stroke playing and you won yesterday.
Good experience. But it is what it is. If you want to be a golfer, this is what you got to do, innit?
Mate, I need one of your absolutely cool pills, whatever you take, because you're super cool. There we go. George Mason going out a little bit later. Jack, a bit of a challenge today, isn't it, with this rain out here?
Yeah,
but
mate.
We do play golf in England, so we've got to expect it.
Yeah, it's the same for both of us, isn't it? So that's the main thing. It should be interesting. So
do you like the match play format, like a bit of one-on-one competition?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think it's just an even playing field, isn't it? You both playing the same course. Should have a good match today. Obviously beat Hedge yesterday. It was a tough game. Yeah, on 20th. So we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it.
Top man. We'll walk down with you guys anyway. Thank you. So there you go. Yeah, it's getting very, very wet out here, and as you just heard from Jack there, it's the same for everybody though, isn't it? A couple of comments coming in there. Richard Barnett has commented, "Hi Richard, proper golfing weather." You're not wrong there. It certainly is. Do comment below whether we can see the comments. Get your messages in. Tell us the worst conditions you've ever played golf in as well. We do want to know. It's just wet, really, and it's just consistently wet as well. And this is going to sound really, really silly, but it is that like heavy wetness as well. It's not like, you know, it soaks you. You just stand out in it for 30 seconds and you're literally like you've been in a shower. I look like a drowned rat at the minute, hence the reason why I'm staying well away from the camera. So Sam Bairstow 2 up through 13, just looking at some of the scores. Charlie Crockett is 1 up through 11 against Fred Tyndall. Jack Dyer's 2 up now through 12 against Matt Gauntlet. We followed that group for the first 3 holes a little bit early in the first broadcast. If you want to watch that, I recommend you do, because there was some incredible golf in that. Both players birdied the opening hole, and then they almost went so close at the par 4 second. They were millimetres away, the pair of them, from birdieing it, and then and I believe the third, there was a little bit of extra action. So do go back and check that out if you want to see some exhibition stuff. It really was high pressure, high octane golf. It was superb. So this is the round of 32 for the men. The round of 16 is underway for the ladies as well. And once we come back after this broadcast, we'll be out on the course with the ladies, catching up with the action. Just to see who can make it through to the quarter final tomorrow. Then of course we've got a little bit more action with the boys to bring you to. They have their round of 16 matches later today also, so it's going to be fast and furious. There's going to be an awful lot of golf to be played, and there is over the next few days as well. We've got both quarters and semi-finals to be played tomorrow. Then on Sunday, the final for the men and women is going to be played over 36 holes, and we'll be live for all of it. We do just want to offer our congratulations as well, by the way, to Maggie Whitehead and Rosie B. Kim, who've just been crowned the under 16 and under 14 girls champions respectively. Congratulations to both Maggie and Rosie. Last month we were broadcasting the English under 18 championship, the England Golf under 18 championship from Farnham Golf Club, and that was an incredible few days of play we had there. Maggie Whitehead finishing runner-up with the girls. She did incredibly well. Jensen Forrester, who took the outright tie today for the English under 18 championship. I'm hoping it might brighten up a little bit this afternoon. Maybe I'm just hoping beyond hope. It looks like Ollie just picks the ball up there and walks off. So is this the opportunity for Hugo? In it goes. Great stuff. So they will move on to 11 and continue their round of 32 matches. Now you may have heard of something called IGolf. It's a new thing from England Golf. If you're not too sure exactly what it is, then I'm delighted to say we do have a little video to play you. Elaine, if you could roll the IGolf VT. Right, there you go. That is plenty of information about IGolf. They're great stuff, but we do turn our attention back to the on-course action. We are looking at the 9th green right now, and it's the next group to come through. It is John Gough and Will Coxon. John Gough yesterday beat Ryan Dixon 2-1. Will Coxon beat Mark Porter 3-2. And last we saw, John Gough was 1 up through 6, so we'll have to see how they're getting on at the minute. I'll grab a word of him again and find out, but John Gough was 1 up through 6. We'll find out what he is now, because obviously he's on the 9th green, so we'll find out if anything's changed. This rain is relentless, it really is. Don't forget to get your comments in below. Tell us the worst conditions you've ever played golf in. We do want to know. Have you ever played golf in heavy snow? I haven't. I only come out and play when it's sunny. Right, there we go, here they come. This is going to be John Gough and Will Coxon just coming down. We're just going to find out, is John Gough still in the lead? He was 1 up through 6. Of course, they've just finished up at 9 now, so they're going to make their way around to the 10th tee box. We're going to play another game of hole-in-one hunting. Will we get a live hole-in-one? What do we think? Comment below, yes or no. Here they come. I'm just going to see if I can ask one of them for a quick score update. What's the score, chaps?
John Gough 1 up.
John's still 1 up, is he? Cool, thank you. There we go, confirmation there. John Gough is still 1 up as they approach the 10th tee. Just leave it on, mate. So here we go, another opportunity to catch our first ever live hole-in-one. Are we going to get it? Is it going to be John Gough or Will Coxon? Will it be somebody else? Let's find out. And it's a good shot though, it's a very good shot. I reckon it's what, 6 feet or so from the pin. John Gough and Will Coxon. We'll put the graphic back onto the screen for you because John Gough is 1 up. And that's a good shot as well. This is going to be, it's just, I think it might just trickle to the front edge of the green. And it is, it's just rolling down that hill a bit, isn't it? It's not bad from there though, but we'll have to see. There's going to be opportunity right now at the 10th. Let's just pop the leaderboard up onto the screen then, shall we, whilst this group make their way up. John Gough and Will Coxon head to the 10th green. Here is the leaderboard, a few bits of changes, but a few players through. Ross McIntosh is through, he's beat Reece Nevers 4 and 3. Sam Bairstow's 2 up through 13 against Harvey Byers. Jack Bigham is 1 up through 13 against Jake Benson. Jack Dyer's 2 up through 12 against Matt Gauntlet. Charlie Crockett is 1 up through 11 against Fred Trindle. Tom Stagg is 1 up through, well, they're on 10 now actually, aren't they? We saw them. Hugo Kedzilli is 1 up through 10 against Ollie at Broomfield. John Gough is 1 up through his. This group is 1 up against Will Coxon. Joe Sullivan, Jack Brooks is 1 up against Joe Sullivan. Don't forget, after this broadcast, we're just going to get back, put the leaderboard out for you, and then when we get back out onto the course, we're going to be catching up with the round of 16s ladies. So we're going to get back out into the heart of the action with the ladies to find out how they're getting on, see who is going to make it through to the English Amateur Championship quarterfinals. So here they go, let's see. Good tee shot there, wasn't it? This is John Gough, Will Coxon. John Gough 1 up. They're on the 10th green right now. You're seeing it as it is happening live right now. Exciting stuff indeed. Now I can tell you as well, all of the ladies are now out on the course too. So once we do cut off, once we get back in, we're just going to put the live leaderboard out, put that out onto England Golf's channels live for you so you can keep up to date with the leaderboard as it happens. Then we're going to get out onto the course with the ladies and find out who is going to make it through to the last 8 of the English Amateur Championships. There's still a lot of golf to bring you as well. We've got the men's round of 16 games to play as well. This is the round of 32 right now. It's day 4 of the English Amateur Championships. We're here at Moortown Golf Club. So it's a long putt, isn't it? Similar to the one we saw before. Wind and rain billowing slightly left to right. It's uphill, it's a tricky putt. It's a very difficult green, lots of gradients. And he's missing it, you could tell that as well, can't you? So opportunity here to win the hole. So an opportunity to halve the hole.
We should continue the match where it's alive or let it run into a fast check Frisky will be able to see that.
I can tell you as well, Jack Bigham has won his match. He is through to the round of 16. So we're just going to stick around for one more group. And coming towards us now, Joe Sullivan and Jack Brooks. Let's just see what the score is. What's the score, mate?
1 up.
1 up, you. And the screen is 1 up against Davina Zhang in the ladies. She's won the first hole. Joe Harvey has won, he's 5 and 4. So Joe Harvey's through so far, Sam Easterbrook is through, Ross McIntosh is through, Jack Bigham is through. George Mason's now 1 up, through 12 against Jack Maxey. We saw that actually here at 10, didn't we? So yeah, Jack Brooks is 1 up on Joe Sullivan, so here we are. How ironic is that, Leon? If you look at Joe Sullivan's brolly there, the black and green one, it actually has the Met Office written on the side of it. Did he know something that we didn't? He's got contacts inside the Met Office. I think we need to chat to him, get some insider weather information. So the par 3 10th here, 173 yards. This is Joe Sullivan. Joe Sullivan beat Adam Charlton 1 up yesterday. Jack Brooks beat James Itzinski 5 and 3. Can't see it actually, Leon. Probably got a better look than me. Oh, there it is, yeah.
It's moving.
Right side front of the green. It is on a slope there, so yeah, it may come down a little bit. Jack Brooks here, plays out the Mere. That one's off to the right as well. Look, they've just copied each other really, haven't they? Look at that mirror image over there on the right. And off there you go. Let's just pop that live leaderboard up onto the screen for you just whilst we're here. You can see how things are panning out. As he said, the round of 32 matches for the men is really shaping up, and a number of players have already qualified for the round of 16 as well. So there we go, there's the leaderboard as it's happening right now. A number of players are coming home. Right, let's pop that down now because the players are just making their way onto the 10th green here. So yeah, do get your messages of supporting for the players too. We can see the comments. We've read a few out already, so do drop a comment below. We can see them. If we don't get a chance to read them out, I can assure you that we will have a look at them. Show your support for the players in quite treacherous conditions here in Leeds. We're at Moortown on Harrogate Road. We've also been playing at Headingley this week as well. Headingley Golf Club, of course we know very well actually, with our association with the 2020 Pro Tour. We've got George Mason who's out, and of course he plays a lot of his golf on the 2020 Pro Tour. Lovely, lovely course. It's my first time actually here to Moortown, and I have to say I am very, very impressed indeed. If you do want to find out more about England Golf, you can. There is a link in the body of this broadcast. It'll take you straight through to the England Golf website. You can also access the live leaderboard that way too, if you just want to keep a track of score for yourself as well. Of course, we are going to bring you the live leaderboard in a little mini broadcast after this before we get back in. And then get back out on the course rather to catch up with the ladies round of 16 matches. They're well underway, by the way. Annabelle Fuller's 1 up through 6 against Lily Hurst, and here we go with the action. Let's have a look. So this is Joe Sullivan, Jack Brooks right now on the 10th. Jack Brooks started the hole 1 up. So unfortunately, no hole-in-one for us here at the 10th today. Who knows, maybe we'll get one over the course of the weekend, you just never know. Up that ridge, come round, and just squeezes past the hole. I think this rain is actually getting heavier now. It's just never ended. We have actually got a weather warning here. It's been tricky for James Cranston, Tournament Director of England Golf. I had a catch up with him a little bit earlier and he said really it's the main challenge has just been the weather, managing it. Of course, the threat of thunder and lightning means players have had to come off the course. In it goes, right. So that actually rounds out our coverage for this segment now. We are going to head off to a short break, a nice cup of tea, and as you can see, I'm an absolute drowned rat. Look at me, just to maybe try and get a towel onto my head. But it's a challenge, this is what we love about the game. Still a lot to bring you today. When we come back for the main show, we're going to be out on the course with the ladies as well. It's their round of 16 games. We're going to catch up with those, follow some groups around the course, see how they're getting on and find out who is going to qualify for the quarterfinals tomorrow. Right, we're going to head off now. But as we are going to catch up with the ladies, there is an initiative from England Golf, the Women in Golf initiative. We've got a little video to play out for you now. So Elaine, if you could roll the Women in Golf VT, and we'll see you for the main show very soon.
And now I've started, I've got the bug now. I mean, who knew? I've just been hitting so many balls and I'm so determined to just crack it now.
I'm really enjoying the golf journey. The kids come to the driving range with me and probably for the first time and maybe the last time, they think I'm cool because I can smack a ball and it goes really far.
I've seen some amazing places, all playing a game that I absolutely love. So, you know, golf owes me absolutely nothing. I owe golf everything. Doesn't matter how old you are, you can get out there and have fun, and that's what I've done all these years.
I'm really passionate about getting more women and girls into the game. I just think that it really is a game for everyone.
My husband initially said I wouldn't be able to play, and I proved him wrong. My handicap is lower than his.
It's hypnotic, it's great, so you just want to keep going, so I've really enjoyed it.
If you want to do it, just jump right into it. You don't have to be judged by what gender or what age. It's just that if you want to do it, you can do it.